All right, man, we back. Motor City Sports Talk. We back in the building. Appreciate everybody for showing love. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. We'll miss another video. And kind of talking about right now, and it changed because people gonna pick up players, people gonna get injured. We kind of call it like a prequel. Where does the Detroit Lions offense rank right now in the NFL? And just looking at, obviously this is a total hypothetical video. You don't know who gonna decline, who gonna get injured, who gonna get better, what rookie gonna pop up and show up and do his thing and show up and show out. But just looking at it, just let's start off in the AFC. Is the Lions offense gonna be better than the Browns? I say no. Okay, so that's one. That's one team that's better than them. Is they better than the Ravens? I say yes, they're better than the Ravens. Will they be better than the Bengals? I say yes, they'll be better than the Bengals. Will they be better than Pittsburgh? I don't think so. Not right now. So that's two. You go to the AFC South. Will their offense be better than the Indianapolis Colts? I don't think so. That's three. Jacksonville Jaguars. I say yeah, they'll be better than the Jacksonville Jaguars around the same area. Houston. I say Houston probably be a little bit better. Tennessee. I'm taking the Lions. Only team in the AFC East. I'm taking offense better than theirs is New England. I'm gonna say you that. I'm gonna go ahead and say Kansas City will give us 6. I'm going to say the Chargers will give us 7. The Raiders are not worried about them. No offense to my Raider homies. And the Broncos not worried about them. So I got 7 teams in the AFC I believe have a better offense than Detroit Lions. You go start off with the AFC in our division. The Vikings, I say would be around the same as the Vikings. The Packers, I say the Packers. I say Aaron Rodgers bounce back this year. The Bears, I say we'll be similar to around the same area as the Bears. Tampa Bay, with Bruce Arians, it's a possibility we'll be around the same area as them if Bruce Arians work his magic. The Falcons, I'll take the Falcons. I'll take the Saints. That give us 10. Anybody else in that? New Orleans, the Falcons, Tampa Bay, and the Carolina. Carolina might not start off with Cam Newton, so no. The Cowboys, I say yeah, because, Zeke, 11. Philly, I'm going to say Walker to and Wentz come back. I think I gave us 12. Redskins, no. Giants, no. NFC West, excuse me. Seahawks give you 13. No to Arizona. The Rams, all right, that pushes to 14. And then you got Cardinals, Arizona, Seahawks, 49ers, no. Even with Jimmy Garoppolo, I just don't think they got enough. So I'm going to say we a middle of the pack offense, just looking at it. You know what I'm saying? And I think you can easily move them down a little bit. You can move them up. But it's a lot of unknown variables in the situation. Because I can say they might be more efficient than some of the offenses I named. But the unknown variable is this. This is the biggest unknown variable for the Detroit Lions this season. It may be one of the biggest unknown variables in the National Football League. Is how much responsibility did Jim Bob Cooter have on the Detroit Lions offense sputtering? Excuse me. How much influence did he have on holding this offense back? Honestly, predictable play calling, not knowing how to run the ball, not knowing how to utilize tight ends. Let's just say Darrell Bevell came in and was your average National Football League offensive coordinator. Just competent. He would just middle of the pack. You know what I'm saying? He right there with Freddie Kitchens. He right there with North Turner. They used to be there. He right in the middle of the pack. Not Andy Reid, but he ain't Jim Bob Cooter. He not a Sean McVay, but he not a Scott Linehan. He's right in the middle of the pack. I think you have a competent offense. I think you have a top 10 offense just based on that. I think that bumps the Lions up 5 spots, in my opinion. That makes them a top 10 offense if Bevell is competent. Because I seen the Cincinnati Bengals run the ball, I think it was last year, by far a couple years ago, better than the Lions did. And they had like backup offensive linemen. Rookie left tackle, rookie right tackle, or whatever, second year left tackle, right? They ran the ball beautifully. Way better than the Lions did. With Giovanni, Joe Mixon, whatever year was this year, last year. They had more success with their offense to run the ball. And their quarterback ain't even a threat with the football in his hands like our quarterback is. Our quarterback can make every throw. Andy Dalton got a water pistol for an arm. Like the guy, seemed like a cool guy, but he can't make the throws. So I think the incompetence of Jim Bob Cooter legitimately had a major role in holding this offense back. I think Darrell Bevell will figure out how to use T.J. Hockenson and Jesse James and control the middle of the field. I think he'll know how to use Danny Amendola to his strengths. I think he know how to use Kenny Galladay to work underneath and stretch the field and use his body. I think he'll let Marvin Jones work underneath and go deep on post routes and nine routes, fly routes, whatever you want to call it. I think he's competent enough to know how to run the ball, power football, finesse running game, outside the tackles, inside the guard, inside the tackles. He knows 30 inches, not to overthink ourselves and call it jet sweep or play action rollout. He knows how to get the ball north and south. He knows that's the quickest way to the end zone. He also knows that, hey, I can approach Matthew Stafford like a rookie because he's in the first year of my offense. So he knows that, hey, man, this is a totally new offense for Matthew Stafford. I'm not going to force feed him the whole playbook. Let's just make it digestible early on. Let's feed him early on, slowly. And he get the playbook. I understand we can do more different things. He's going to be able to do things with Matthew Stafford that he couldn't do with Russell Wilson, Westbrook. He gonna be able to. He'd be able to do some things with Wilson that he couldn't do with Matthew Stafford. He understands that. But one of the biggest things is that Matthew Stafford, his cannon of an arm and his ability to see over the offense, he don't have to improvise. Stafford is more of a timing pattern quarterback than Russell Wilson. He's more of an improv guy. Play action, go deep. So he's going to have a world of opportunities for Matthew Stafford, in my opinion. A world of opportunities to do a lot of classical things he got an opportunity to do with Gus Frerotte, and he got a chance to do with Brett Favre. So a lot of the things he done with those guys, he going to be able to do with Matthew Stafford. And that's going to be, he going to be able to utilize his running backs. He knows that, we're not going to call a toss play or a stretch zone play. We're going to call a wham play, a power we're going to get up in there. He going to just be competent. His competence, it's like, Madden player, when he get those boosts, them trait boosts, he just automatically a plus 10 in the trait boost. When Jim Bob Cooter was like a negative 20 or negative 10. So you get 10 cool points just based on he know what he doing. And I just explained in the Taylor Decker video that how he gets guys in a rhythm with his play calling, what to expect. It's no improv. It's a game plan. In this situational football, what we doing? Hey, just do your job and whoop-de-whoop. But one of the reasons I praise this hire, and I'm known for being Mr. Negative, but never give me credit when I praise something. But it is what it is, right? But one of the things I loved about this hire was the ability of him to know how to utilize the running backs. His ability, you don't have to tell him or have to bring a run game assistant in, or you don't have to bring another offensive line coach in. You don't have to have Matt Patricia sit on the meetings and show what you're doing wrong and right. That was my biggest problem with Jim Bob Cooter. Like, he didn't know how to utilize tight ends, and I'll get there in a second. My thing with him was that this dude didn't know how to run the ball. They had to bring a run game assistant in. And then the run game wasn't still even average off of that. They still struggled. LeGarrette Blount still got caught in the backfield. They couldn't even, it was so out of whack that the line couldn't even be in unison with the running back. And people said, was the running back? Was it the coordinator? Was it the line? In my opinion, it was 100% the coordinator, the coaches. He did not know how to use running backs. And that was a huge issue. Darrell Bevell, you don't have to worry about that. Bevell knows how to use the running backs. Bevell know how to get the most and go north. He know the quickest way to the end zone is north and south. He knows in 3rd and 5 not to call it a draw if we know we ain't had success running against, let's say, the Oakland Raiders. We know we've been stopped on 3rd and 3 so many times. He's not going to overthink himself. He has a game plan. He has a system. He going to believe in. Jim Bob Cooter didn't have a system. It was basically, like I said, he was calling plays freelancing. You got a educated coach here. And like I said before, I think that boosts this offense from being a middle of the pack offense to being a borderline, just a way above average, almost an elite offense. And that's if if it ain't Matthew Stafford fault. Now, before we close out on the tight end part, now, if it's true what Joe Lombardi said that Matthew Stafford was an idiot, he was stupid, he was incompetent, whatever you want to say he said, and that's why he couldn't really run the offense because Matthew Stafford couldn't digest the offense. If this is true, then again, then all bets are off. But I think this offense is so base. Now I'm gonna say it could be so basic and still so successful if Darrell Bevell wanted to be, because it's all about running the ball, play action. You know what I'm saying? Or run the ball and really working off the play action. And I think he'd be able to do some things that he did with Brett Favre, some West Coast principalities there. You know what I'm saying? He'd be able to do some things and spread it out and, get one-on-one on the post routes. And, a lot of that's going to be predicated on how effective Kerryon Johnson is in the run game, in the pass game, in the pass blocking game, and how effective C.J. Anderson is. But I think even if Matthew Stafford, can't digest, a complex offense, I think this offense is so basic for him that he should be able to digest it and still be successful. He gonna have windows to throw to that's super huge if they're able to run the ball, but it's all contingent on, can Darrell Bevell fix the run game? If he fixes the run game, then Stafford should succeed. And if he don't succeed and he turn the ball over, he getting 8-9 man boxes, or he getting one-on-ones on the outside, and he still throwing interceptions, he still just not the guy, then again, it's no second chances. It's just plain and simple. And my theory is right that Matthew Stafford is not that good. But, hey, T.J. Hockenson plays a hand in this too. If Hockenson can come here, catch the ball, block, help the run game out, control the middle of the field, I think it's going to be deadly. Because if you're running the ball with success and you can really control the middle of the field with a tight end and Danny Amendola in the slot, it opens up a world of possibilities. I mean, your screen game will go up a ton because people worried about the run game, worried about the middle of the field. Then you can do slip screens to the running back. You can do jailbreak screens, bubble screens. You can do run pass options, which is getting popular in college. That's eventually going to spill over to the NFL. I mean, but my whole thing about is Matthew Stafford, is he confident enough in his accuracy to throw over the middle? Because a lot of times I think it's kind of a combination of Jim Bob Cooter not knowing how to utilize tight end, or maybe it may be a combination as well as Matthew Stafford not being confident in throwing over the middle. Because if you go over the middle, you got to be accurate. You got to be pinpoint accurate. You got to be on point. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on point going over the middle. And if you ain't on point going over the middle, it's going to get intercepted. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to throw outside the hashes because you got the boundary. But going over the middle of the field, if you have any confident, any errors in his confidence throwing over the middle, it's going to be an interception. But I think this offense is going to be on the up and up, in my opinion, man. I just think, just based off Darrell Bevell, I think the offensive line is going to be better because they're going to know in situational football, they're going to be able to get in the rhythm, running the ball. They're going to know 30 inches in situations we running the ball. It's not going to be no out-thinking each other. It's not going to be no improv with play calling. Bevell going to come in with a game plan. He going to stick to it. And I just think this offense should take off. And this offense take off and Patricia get the defense together, the Lions could be a sneaky team. Tim Hasselbeck said 4 wins. That'll be a epic disappointment. Those would be grounds on Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia getting fired off GP. But hey, it's Motor City Sports Talk. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love and support, man. Keep sharing the videos, man. I need that love and that support. But one time for the one time.